I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while at the...
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Alex at TSB Pod. He is Ski at TSB Ski. He is King at Jeromney on Twitter, if you're still on Twitter. Also on Discord, Sports Brewery in the Discord. Join there. It's a good time. Also posting the streams of our podcast that we record and go live with every Thursday on Twitch, twitch.tv/abraga87. I post those streams on YouTube afterwards. So find us on YouTube, find us on Twitch, find us on all the things. King, your Chiefs are currently beating the Broncos.
They stink.
Which ones? I mean,
the Chiefs. Worst.
Chiefs are up 16-0 right now on the Broncos.
I just hope they can make. I just hope they can make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. If only they had some good players.
I know, right?
Yeah. Do you have the biggest fan base in the history of sports right now?
No, still the Warriors.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think with the jersey sales of Kelsey, I think everybody's a Chiefs fan right now.
Fair enough. The swizzle effect.
Everyone's such a big fan of the Chiefs. Even Roger Goodell's a fan of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Hits his little buzzer down there to say,
"Oh
hey,
my God!
Let's wave that flag off," or "Hey, let's throw that flag."
Yeah.
We
don't want Swifties. We don't want Swifties after us. Is the message throughout NFL offices right now?
Oh, yeah.
We don't need it.
I mean, what's funny is the Chiefs' offense, because their receivers are absolutely the worst in the league,
by a lot,
is not fun to watch. But they might have the 1985 Bears defense at their disposal, which is very funny. I honestly, in a perfect world, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl somehow by scoring 21 points in every playoff game, and they beat the 49ers 18-9. And it's just the funniest thing ever. That would just be chef's kiss.
It's so weird how football works like that. You just mentioned the low score at the end, how you have two completely prolific offenses go through the season just dominating people, running up the scores on people, and then they play each other in the playoffs, and it's 21-17, if that. Or, just some random low score. It happens in bowl games, too. It's so weird.
I think it'll be the reverse, King, because, right now, I think the Chiefs only scored over, 27 points once this season. And it's going to be one. I think they're going to do good, they'll get 13, 14 wins like this all season.
Absolutely.
And they'll start dropping 40 on teams every game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is the Chiefs offense is gross to watch, but I just know they're going 14-3. Does that get them the 1 seed? I don't know. Depends on if they beat the Dolphins in Germany or if they beat the Bills in the regular. But they're winning 14 games. It just is what it is. Does that mean does that guarantee him success in the playoffs? No. But,
Well, what team do you rather have? The one that scored 40 a night with a sieve of a defense, or a good defense now still with Patrick Mahomes? I
got to be honest. They were a lot more fun to watch when they were scoring 48 a night.
Yeah, with Tyreek or without Tyreek.
Right, because tonight, the game was over at halftime. It was once they hit that 60-yard field goal, it was 13-0. It's over. But not a lot of fun to watch.
No, it's
Chris Jones is awesome. But am I going to be I love watching Trent McDuffie locked down? No. Brian Cook was awesome.
At some point, you're going to have to outscore Miami. So we'll see.
Yeah, they play him. Hey, in 3 weeks, they play him in Germany. So
yeah,
that'll be fun.
That is going to be fun.
That's the German game.
Yes.
Welcome to the NFL, Germany. Jesus.
A 6 a.m. West Coast Chiefs-Dolphins game? Get the fuck out of here.
I wonder what time that is local time.
Well, Jacksonville just spent 3 weeks in London.
Can I just say something
crazy.
about that? I think it's grossly unfair that the Jags got to be in London for like 12 more days before the Bills played a game and traveled to London to play the Jags. That's not fair. It's fair. I mean, I'm glad the Bills lost, but deeply unfair.
It's weird that they had them play 2 straight games there, right? I mean, I guess it makes sense. If you're going to have 2 games there, I guess it sort of makes sense to just keep one of them there, but...
Well, yeah, it's for them. Why would they travel back across just to get on a plane like 6 days later?
But isn't the point for the NFL to expose people to the teams? Like, you're going to expose London to Jacksonville twice in a row. Like,
that's...
I mean,
they play
fairness,
every year. That's the most popular team there is the Jags.
Because they keep playing there.
Yes, exactly. I think that was a strategic idea to say, like, give them Jacksonville because no one's going to miss seeing their games here. Let's get them a team they could glom onto and start following throughout the year.
King, you would know this. Are they like the Tottenham Hotspur's link team or whatever? Are they? What's the word for that? Like.
Their sister team.
The sister team.
No,
yeah.
No, they who play? What's the soccer team that plays at Wembley?
Man, nobody plays at Wembley. I don't think. Are you thinking of Manchester
No one plays
United?
at Wembley anymore. Yeah, they're the Man U. Like that's who they are.
Because I think the Glazers own Man U and Tampa, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like they played at Tottenham last week, but their home games are at Wembley. The other home games in London are at Wembley.
Right. Yeah, I don't think anybody over there actually plays at Wembley. Like it's their stadium. I think
it's just a
big like stadium they use for tournaments or special events.
An event stadium.
Yeah. Booble says he didn't know the pod started. Well, fucking wake up, bro.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Yeah, Wembley is just a national stadium, says WCB. Thank you.
It's a big stadium.
That was a really nice touchdown catch by...
If you guys knew your team was playing, Alex.
They're not sending the 49ers overseas, man. Absolutely not.
They sent them to Mexico City, maybe.
They did.
Isn't there still Mexico City?
They did last year. They played Arizona.
Well, actually, before I get to what I was going to ask, that's what infuriates me, is that the Chiefs want to be Germany's team, and they want to play over there every year. Fuck you, Hunt family. No, that's dumb. I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. once a year to watch you so you can be like a marginally more billionaire. Like, play all your games in the States. Go to hell.
Shouldn't they be changing the time of the game to be shown here more? Like, push that game back a little later at night, start there, or start one or the other, at least like at 9 o'clock.
Asses and seats.
Yeah, it's asses and seats.
Yeah.
But if you got a 3-year notice, Niners, Cowboys, Tottenham Stadium, whatever, would you want to go?
Like travel to see them?
Yeah.
Like an excuse to go to London?
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah, sure. I want to go to London. Sure. Yeah.
Ski?
The problem is I would want to go to London, but I would want to do something else. Like I would want to actually watch.
I want to go see.
I would want to watch Tottenham play in Tottenham Stadium.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, I've seen the 49ers. I could just watch them on TV, man.
Ski, would you go if your Colts? I don't even know. Are the Jags the Colts' rival?
I guess.
Quarterback injury, is that the Colts' rival at this point?
Is Jim Irsay the Colts' rival?
Jim Irsay is the quarterback injury on the team right now.
There you go.
I think the rival is like SeaWorld right now. What Irsay has his say in it.
Ooh, we're getting some. Real quick. We're getting some good Wembley numbers from WCP in the chat right now. Record attendance for football game at Wembley Stadium was 89,874 people. 2008 Cardiff City against Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
Throw out the records, man.
You do. When Cardiff City and Portsmouth get together, what do you do with the records?
Oh,
throw them out.
You throw them out. Ooh, what you got there?
Oh, it's the issue box.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, actually.
I don't think I want to know.
Oh, no. Let's do it. The first question from the issue box.
Yeah.
Gee, Twizzlers or Red Vines?
Red Vines.
The age-old question.
All right. Red Vines.
Twizzlers are plastic.
All right, let me go rummaging again.
Oh, Andy Reid, you.
Alex, your question from the issue box.
Yeah.
Israel or Palestine?
What's that? Your mic's like cutting out a little bit, man. I couldn't quite hear you.
Israel or Palestine? Who are you picking?
It's all pips and buzzes from over here. Yeah, that's gonna be a pass. I pass.
Okay, we got two more. Ski. What's better, the sun or the rain?
The sun or the rain?
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns?
Just sunny weather or rainy
Phoenix
weather?
Suns or the Seattle Rain?
The Seattle Rain? The sun is better than the rain.
All right. Let's see what Alex has.
Just random
Issue
draw.
box. Issue box.
He's pulling pieces of paper out of the box, folks. Listeners.
In light of the recent Aaron Rodgers versus Travis Kelce online podcast war about vaccines, Alex, do you think it's hypocritical of the GOP, their base and voters, that in early December 2020, when Project Warp Speed was going on, the Republicans were very much in favor of the COVID-19 vaccine, and then in November, when Biden won, the Republicans were no longer a fan of the vaccine? Is that hypocritical? And now they're going to vote for a guy who did Warp Speed and had the COVID-19 vaccine. Is that hypocritical?
Man, that was all on that piece of paper? That's crazy.
All right there.
Man, really small writing, yeah. I don't know. All I know is I support Mr. Pfizer. That's all I know.
Israel versus Palestine.
Number
Alex.
87 is Mr. Pfizer.
Back to that.
Is an occupied state a good state, Alex?
I'm occupying a state of silence.
Milk or water?
You guys ever eat cereal with water before?
High quality H2O.
You guys ever do that? Eat cereal with water?
No.
That's some you really got to eat some cereal, but you out of milk stuff right there.
Wouldn't you just eat it dry at that point?
I think I would now. Yeah, I would probably eat something else now, but yeah, I've done that before when I was a kid. Absolutely. Poor people stuff.
Fucking Andy Reid.
Ski, money or no money? Are you in favor of money?
Ski. Issue box. Coke or Sprite?
Coke or Sprite?
Yeah.
That's Sprite all day.
Wow. Controversial.
Big LeBron James guy.
Yeah. Do you have another one for me?
Alex.
Do you have another fucking essay to read for me? Yeah.
Pearl Harbor or 9/11? Go.
Booble drops systemic racism. Yay or nay?
We already solved that from the issue box.
We solved that like 3 months ago.
We did that already. You're welcome.
All right. Dry on the issue box.
We can't keep solving this issue for you guys, and then you keep bringing it back, man. Cut it out, society. Okay. So we do, by the way, people in the chat right now, we do not have a list for this podcast right now. So if you want to give us one live in the chat, I'll write down some ideas, and if we like them, we'll probably pick one and just do it live. And if we don't like them, then we're going to skip the list this week. How about that? So give us some ideas or whatever. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? Did you guys watch any of my 49ers beating Dallas? Here's a question. It was satisfying for me. Was that fun to watch for like normal random fan? watching Dallas get their ass handed to him like that? I'm curious.
No, it wasn't even just the score. It's just that 49ers versus Cowboys is honestly like,
is it old
in 2023? Yeah, it's Notre Dame versus Navy. Yeah. It's the Yankees versus the New York Giants. It's the Brooklyn Dodgers. It's Dusty. It's the Gold Girls. Can you win something recently? Either of you, both of you? I'm getting just.
We would have if not for a horrible offensive pass interference call against your team.
Oh.
And my team ran into the Brady years when they were actually good, and now they're dog shit. So,
what I do like about Cowboys and 49ers is because the Cowboys, once a year will wear their blue tops. So whether they play in San Francisco, Santa Clara, Dallas, Arlington, doesn't matter. Yeah. It's always the red tops versus the traditional cowboy white. It's aesthetically beautiful. So the game stunk. The 49ers are the best team in the NFL. It is what it is. Are they really 5 touchdowns better than Dallas? Probably not. But they're better. They are decidedly better.
Yeah,
so whenever they play, I watch because just aesthetically, it's a good, pleasing matchup.
How many deaths were there from this matchup in the stands?
Man, it is so funny to say that because the Raiders leaving the Bay Area to go to Vegas, it's really shown that the Raiders took a lot of shit for having terrible fans, and now every thread on the internet that's NFL fans being murderers. 87% of them are at Bugle Boys Stadium in Santa Clara. 49er fans are they're Hamas. They are ISIS. It's incredible.
So Niner fan terrorists is what you're saying.
It's incredible. I don't understand it. Why are 49er fans so mad?
Yeah, it's a good question. The team's really good.
It's 60 degrees on Christmas Day. Be happy.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
I don't have an answer for that, man. I'm just sitting back watching them win. I am waiting. I'm just waiting for the injury to happen, though. I mean, we all know how this works. McCaffrey's gonna pull a hamstring or something. It's just
Well, he's just a system running back, so he'd be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, arguments to be made. Everybody on that offense is a system, whatever the hell they are. So
I will say, for how many points they're scoring, they're not super fun to watch because they're kind of like when the Chiefs had Tyreek. They just methodically get 12 yards every play.
Yep.
And it's not super entertaining.
Dude, we talked about it last week. It's the passing plays are slants. It's slants to Ayuk or Debo. They will randomly throw passes to Kittle in the flat, and that's basically the only way he gets the ball. And then it's McCaffrey runs, and that's it. They don't even do Debo runs anymore. It's all McCaffrey now. So, that is sort of my concern is the fact that they give him the ball as many times as they do because he is going to get worn down if they keep doing that. But
well,
we'll see.
Elijah Mitchell's as brittle as it comes, so
he's injured. Yeah,
it's almost his back. Just looking, it is comical looking at these Chiefs receivers.
Oh God, they suck.
I mean, you start looking at a guy like Rashee Rice and be like, this guy's a fucking superstar compared to these.
Because he has 21 catches.
Yeah.
It's somebody has to catch the football other than Kelsey at some point. So
I saw some Sky Moore stats. I'm like, fuck, I think I could go out there with Mahomes and catch just as many balls as Sky Moore has caught in his career.
I mean, you'd probably get killed on the first catch. Yeah.
Oh,
but you would be open provided you're healthy, you would find the zone and be open as much as Sky Moore.
And then here's my other question to it. So
and then
I happen to be going up against Kelsey in fantasy in one of my leagues. Why do teams just not double team him, jam him on the line, and have a guy? Because there's no one else that is good. You should be scared to catch the ball against you.
In fairness, it's always kind of been a knock, but it statistically didn't add up. before this year. They don't put him on the line this year. They have Travis Kelce running motion. Like, they know he's the only one. So this year it's tough to jam him. Like in years prior, I get it. This year they move him around because, boy, they suck.
Well, they showed a stat like late in the third quarter, Kelce had run 25 routes. 24 of those routes were against the zone coverage, where he just sits right there and no one looks for him. They're all looking at the quarterback, and he just always finds a little zone to fucking catch pass, and it's baffling.
I don't know why you would play the Chiefs in a zone this year. I have no idea. Just play a man. No one's beating you deep.
Are your corners
beating you?
Yeah.
No one's beating you intermittent. Like, their wide receivers are legitimately awful. They're awful. I thought Justin... oh my God, the guy from Justin Ross, the guy from Clemson who broke his neck like 3 years. I thought he was going to be good this year. They kept, it's all camp propaganda. I totally get it. But his routes in the summer were looking good. Preseason, he was explosive, and he has like 4 catches this year.
Yeah, well, you throw anyone in that system, you're like, oh, he's got to be good. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's got to be good.
Oh my God. Another field goal. Oh boy.
And not covering.
Imagine if he
is it cover now?
Imagine if he had a good wide receiver who was like really fast and could like take the top off a defense.
Listen. They were classy and they dealt him to where he wanted to go. They did him right. He won them a Super Bowl, and then they got one when they shipped him out. So they're fine. But enough about the Chiefs. Come on, let's move on. They suck to watch. Worst team, the worst 15-2 team ever. And I'm not even saying that sarcastically. Their offense sucks. I don't want to watch them. I hate them. Go to hell. Go to hell, Andy Reid.
Yeah, the about to be 5-1 Chiefs. Terrible.
And they should have won that first game. They had no Kelce or Chris Jones. They had the worst rated wide receiver game ever. Oh my God, the world's caving in. But on a serious note, before we move on, if you're looking at Arrowhead Stadium right now, the worst thing they ever did designing that stadium was making the ring around the stadium with the luxury boxes, yellow seats, and the above and below red seats, because no one in that yellow section is ever there. No. Game 1, AFC Championship game, it doesn't matter. They're never there, and it looks so bad on TV. Sorry, we move on.
It really does.
We progress.
It really does.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It
looks like the Washington football team.
It really does. I don't understand how they haven't figured that out.
It's really weird. Yep. So what do you want to move on and talk about? The preseason Blazers, Husky, yeah?
Currently watching them.
You out there watching the preseason Blazers right now?
Someone's got it. There's only like 50
how's our boy
people on
Scoot
this
doing?
channel.
How's Scoot doing? How's Ayton doing?
Yeah.
Is he tall?
Yeah, he's tall. Got a couple buckets, preseason NBA. It's as exciting as it sounds. They're trying real hard out there.
I've never seen Scoot play before, so... Does he look like a basketball player playing basketball?
He does.
Okay, cool. All right, cool Blazer talk. All right.
Blazer talk over.
Right on, sweet. Let's see.
Hey, Alex.
Should Shadur Sanders watch? Do you want to talk about that?
Not yet. Hey, okay. Alex.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you know what Red Grange said about Week 6 of fantasy football?
Oh no.
Do you know, Alex? Do you know?
You can't win it, but you can lose it in Week 6?
That's right. Red Grange used to always say, you can't win fantasy football in Week 6, but you sure can lose it. Here's looking at you, sweet meteor of death. Hey, Smod, what's worse than 0-5? Your next record, 0-6. I'm your Huckleberry, Ben. Mahomes alone, 5-0. You got company at top. Just a bit. It's just the tip. Oh, my God, that's sexual. Vaughn, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, it's 2023. Speaking of tips, tip culture in the U.S., it's out of control. Am I right? I went to Starbucks and I bought a $3 coffee and the tip button said a $3 tip. What are we doing here? COVID's been over for a couple years. Move along, service industry. I didn't write that. I didn't write that.
That fits with the direction of our political podcast. So
it was in the issue box.
Yeah, issue box. Yeah.
This week's TSB Fantasy Football Team of the Week is Fuck the Huskies 24/7. Gee, I wonder why that's the Team of the Week this week. But also, hey Chris, Puka Nakua, ex-Husky, hypocrite much? What's your take on Israel and Palestine? In the middle of the row in the fantasy league, Henry Ruggs is sitting at 2-3. Henry Ruggs ended 2 or 3 lives sitting in a car. Oh, where'd that come from? I'm 2-3, and it's rigged. Speaking of Henry, and that's your TSB fantasy football update of the week.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we have a fantasy football league that we started. So join the Discord.
Someone asked me to write it. I don't know.
Join the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
I got reminded.
Are you happy?
I got reminded that I didn't say the movie for Sunday. So the movie to watch this Sunday, it's still horror, or no, it's spooky month.
Spooky.
And we're going spooky bear month so far. It is Cocaine Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, watch Cocaine Bear. Listen to us talk about it on Sunday. It is on Prime, so you can watch Cocaine Bear and listen to us talk about it. That's the movie. Do that. Let's see. What else?
Hey, Kansas City covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little kneel down. Nice little turnover at the end. Keeping points off the board. Let's see. Cristobal not taking a knee.
I mean,
locked and loaded.
If you can get over the fact that the running back was actually down, okay.
Yeah.
But why doesn't he ever take a knee?
Does he hate Colin Kaepernick that much?
Well, I mean, Southern Florida Cuban politics could be a little weird. Would it really surprise you?
I want to see his sock collection. That's all I know. Yeah.
But like people, not even just Oregon fans, but like Miami fans or just national media people have been charting when he takes knees and when he doesn't take knees. This man never takes knees.
Yep.
No.
They had 3 situations this year where they could have taken a knee and they didn't take a knee. They just ran it every time. And then people were running back the Oregon stuff. And I think it was Chef Wyatt from Bend posted one from the Arizona game in 2019 where they didn't take a knee. They ran it with
this face is not as good as last week's face.
That take was too hot.
The take was too hot. We can't be talking about Arizona right now. Are you kidding me? It's October. It's too hot to be talking about Arizona. Okay, there you go. You're back. Can we hear you?
I don't know. Can you?
You started talking about Arizona and then froze again. You said Chef Wyatt something about Arizona.
Oh, just he was posting stuff about how 2019 Oregon versus Arizona. They didn't take a knee. They ran the ball with Cyrus Licio, and the announcers were like, "Why are they just running the ball? Like, this is weird."
Yeah,
Mario's weird, man.
It didn't cost him this time, but maybe it will down the road. And yep.
Especially when you see the video of was it Mirabel? Who was you see the coach running like to him, like telling him to take you could take a knee here, and he kind of just like shoos him away right before it happens.
We don't take knees. We take names. You're a dork.
Yeah, that was Mirabal.
You're a dork.
That was Mirabal, yeah.
You're a dork. So anyway, I don't necessarily want to dunk on him or anything like that. It is just stupid. Like, I mean, it's bad football. So
you don't want to dunk on him.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
Yes, you do want to dunk on him. Yes.
Did you dunk on him in 2018 in that Stanford game?
Yeah, he was a fucking idiot. I called him a fucking idiot. I guess that.
And at least in that game, he was going for the kill shot to end the game. He had the kill shot. The game was over.
Yeah, he just fumbled.
If he just takes a knee. I think it's Mario's he's just a weird thing because
he's just not a good coach is what it is.
Game day coach. Like
game day.
He's not good. But
is he good though? He's outside it, like scheme, like
it's college football.
Before the game.
It's college football. If you can recruit top 10 classes, you want that guy. That's what makes him so tricky. Is if he's going to get you the number 8 or 9 or 7, 10 class every year, if you start stacking the talent, that's what it's talent acquisition. That's what the sport's about.
You can overcome a shitty coach if you have good enough players. Yeah.
Like Lynn Leipold from Buffalo to Kansas. I bet he can scheme like crazy because he's made both those shitty schools. Okay, Kansas is going to win 7 games. They're going to go to a bowl again. But they're not a factor. But he can't recruit. So if you really want to win at the highest level, that's the gamble you got to take. And that's what makes Oregon Washington so interesting. But
Duck fans wanted Landon Gone being down 6-0 to Stanford.
Well, Duck fans are fucking idiots, man. Oh, we can't move the ball. They had the ball for 3 plays.
It's impossible to move the ball when you have.
Like I said last week, Stanford's coaches paid millions of dollars too. He schemed up a good quarter. It wasn't sustainable. It was never going to happen.
Did he scheme a good quarter? I mean, they had the ball the whole quarter. They scored.
That's the scheme.
6 points. I mean, I don't know.
But that's the scheme. That was the scheme.
It feels like David Shaw would have had like 13 points, maybe. I don't know.
He would have had 10.
Okay,
13.
Okay,
13's a little much. Easy there.
No, they go for 2 and they miss, and
they don't get one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you brought up Oregon and Washington. Do we have anything we want to say before the game starts? I mean, game day is going to be in Seattle. Joel McHale is going to be the guest picker, which of course means I couldn't do my Joel McHale trivia question later on. So that took off one of my ones from the last couple of years. It seems like the big game this week. I feel.
Yeah, there's not much else out there that's.
Yeah, I'm so. So I mean, going into this one, it's really 2 very, very good offenses. I don't know that Washington's defense is any good. I know Oregon's has looked good. I don't know that they've actually played anybody with a very good offense because
statistically they're good.
Colorado had a good offense. They didn't have their best wide receiver. They still don't have a running game. You know, Washington doesn't really run the ball either, but they have 2 of the best wide receivers in the country. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out if Oregon's defense is any good.
It's a simple, playbook to know how the Ducks win. You get pressure on Penix. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but are they going to have an opportunity to? Like is Washington's going to scheme, just get the ball out of his hands as soon as possible? It works for him.
Well, if they're sitting back 12 yards off off each receiver, then yeah, they'll probably just throw it out quick. But if you press them some, you get some pressure. Hey, I'll take this Ducks secondary right now against the entire Washington defense if that's what the matchup is going to be.
If there's pressure.
So I know we're doing lines at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to give our lines out for this game or just tease it?
Yeah, we could do it now.
Well, because I'm just going to be upfront. I have 2 ways of looking at this game. And I'm an artist, so let me paint, baby. Let me paint.
Get your brush out.
Oregon's a better team overall. They're more well-rounded. They're better at running the ball. They're better at defense, blah, 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 blah. They're, take out special teams because none of us are like dissecting punt returns.
No.
Washington offense, Oregon offense, Washington defense, Oregon defense. 4 units. Washington's offense, the best unit out there, right? Are we going to dispute that their offense is better than anything else?
Do they? Do they run the ball?
They don't have need to.
But that's kind of what. I see you.
Yeah.
But the Oregon's offense is better than Washington's defense. Oregon's defense is better than Washington's defense. So let's just say UW has the number 1 unit and the number 4 unit. And the number 2 and the number 3 are closer to the number 1 than the number 4. So you're either betting on just that the offense being in 2019 LSU, right? Or a more well-rounded game. And that's where I went into trouble because I think Oregon's the better team. But if they win this game on Saturday, I said last week, I'm not going to pick Oregon to lose a home game. Right? And you keep watching Utah play. They score less points per drive than Iowa. And Iowa is not only just an internet meme, they're historically bad.
And they're not
they wrote that into the
they're not getting their quarterback back. That's not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So if Oregon wins this game, you have to put them on this weird that they go 12-0? Because no one in the Pac-12 has gone 12-0. Granted, the Pac-12 is like the 12th season of the Pac-12. So it's not like we're going back 50 years. We're like the year before Oregon did go perfect in the Pac-10. We're just adding 1 game. Yeah. But if they win this game, you have to put them on the precipice of the playoffs. And I don't know if I'm ready to do that. But at the same time, I think they're winning on Saturday. Well, that's where I'm so conflicted.
With how the rest of the Pac-12, who they play the rest of the year, with how they've started looking here within the last week or two, I agree. If they win this game this weekend, I don't really see them losing.
I'm curious.
And that's impossible to...
Their tough games are at home, but those teams, SC's defense, not even talk about how bad that is. And the Beavs they're not as good as what people were thinking they were going to be. Their defense is okay instead of being elite. And DJU is not the savior at quarterback.
Right. And with DJU, people...
You mean the Pac-12 player of the week? Offensive player of the week? DJU?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see his first half stats?
Yeah, he was bad.
Alex?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he had 80 yards passing on 14 attempts. So...
That young kid that weighs 120 pounds that comes in and replaces him looks like a better quarterback than DJU.
Aiden Childs, he is going to be a better quarterback than DJU.
And I think right now he might be.
And you know what? We're never going to watch him play.
Nope.
We're going to be in the Mountain West. Losers. Oh, they're going to make so much money from litigation. Oh, the Pac-2. Oh, Oregon State and Washington State are going to be the big winners. Get out of here.
Got a question from the chat. So Booble and WCP both agree on this, that Oregon should play like Stanford and just run the ball and keep Penix off the field.
And if they do,
it's not a bad idea.
They should be successful as hell. I honestly think, and we've kind of commented on this, but Bo Nix's completion percentage, it's 81% this year. That's fucking stupid. Yeah. And it's because Colorado first half, Stanford first half, 3 quarters. They were just throwing the safest possible passes ever. I think that's gonna honestly feel like they're setting that's perfect against Washington. Yeah. Because if they can just have
it works.
If they can just have a couple just methodical drives where they take off 5, 6, 7 minutes, 11 plays, 75 yards. It's boring. It's efficient. They score. At a certain point, you're asking Washington because it's all they do. If they beat Oregon this way, good on them. They just throw it deep. And as someone who roots for Kansas City, I have seen iterations of Mahomes and Tyreek where it works for a lot of games, just throwing it deep. But when it didn't, they would still win. But it was, in the NFL's colleges, I know it's all different, but if your philosophy is just throwing 25 yards down the field and never running the ball, and you're playing against a good team that can score with you just methodically, I don't know if if I was a Washington fan, I would be all pumped up. Oh, fuck yeah. We'll throw it to Rome. We'll throw it to Jalen. We'll throw it to Polk. We got Penix. We're good. We just got to hit 3 or 4 of them. I get the opposite side. But,
there's something to that methodic drive also will keep your defense fresher. Because it could be a thing to look at from your Chiefs having those terrible defenses with Tyreek in them. You score too fucking fast, your defense is never off the field. It gets tired and gets beat more. So you mix in this Duck team, if they can mix in some methodical drives, like you said, that defense stays a little pressure, then it's just a turnover or 2 or force a field goal instead of a touchdown. That's really pretty much going to be the difference in this game of winning. It's just that.
If Oregon gets 2 turnovers and 2 field goals from UW, they're going to win. Like if UW just has
with the offense, but
yeah, well, sure. But if like UW has 4 or 5 possessions with a net 6 points, I just don't know if UW's defense is going to. And yes, there's a stat out there that against top 10 teams, Bo Nix has, I think it's 2 touchdowns total, 1 passing and 1 running, and 10 picks. Okay. That Georgia game last year wasn't good. And then all the other ones were like from Auburn. Whole different animal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a different quarterback. And
totally.
I'll say I don't know. I am very curious what Oregon's offense is going to look like this week. Just because Will Stein, a lot of what has been successful is, yes, the dink and dunk stuff that's like open, but he's also scheming guys open down the field too. It hasn't been super duper flashy, but it has been really successful. And I'm
similar to your Niners team it
is. It's very similar. And I'm curious what he does against Washington to change it up. Because you have
hopefully he doesn't, right?
Well, I think you have to. Because I think
King was just saying, if you be methodical and dink and dunk, the defense isn't good enough.
You can't be predictable, though. And so if you're going into a top 10 matchup, you can't be predictable. You have to change something up. So I'm curious. It might just be something small. I don't know what, but I am curious. I'm thinking going into this game, like Oregon fans need to be patient because Washington is going to Washington's going to score.
You can't say that. You cannot say that. That's the hardest.
Did you just ask for Oregon fans to be patient about offense?
I know. No,
Dan, I don't know about this first quarter at Stanford.
Not about offense. Not about offense. About the defense, because they're going to give up points. Like Washington is going to score points, lots of them. You just need to hope that Oregon also does that.
They need that Alioti defense in them this week to bend but don't break. Like you said, they're gonna. Penix and those receivers are just too good to not give up yards. It's just going to happen.
Absolutely.
So
NFL wide receivers, NFL quarterback. Like you are going to get.
And I will say, like the one thing about the defense that I do find concerning is they're not really getting a lot of turnovers.
No,
even if they're holding teams to 6 points, it's not a lot of turnovers. Which, like I said, it could be if they get 2 turnovers, if Oregon forces 3 turnovers, I don't know how they lose.
No.
Same thing on the Washington side too. It's not big brain football, but just comparing defenses,
Yeah, if Bo turns the ball over, Oregon probably loses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because Washington refuses to run the ball, I almost feel like there might be a one possession where I don't know if panic is the right word, but they just kind of force the pass And that's where the turnover comes.
Yeah.
And so like an 11-point lead stupidly turns to either 14 or 18. And there's 8 minutes left in the third. There's still a ton of time. There's so much time left, but they force the one possession because they refuse to run the ball. And that's essentially the difference, because UW's going to score again on next possession. But at that point, the lead is so big that it just doesn't matter.
Yep.
But here's the worry I have really is, we haven't really seen Dan Lanning coaching a team on the road. I mean, what was this big win last year on the road? The Cougs? That game didn't look very good. They had to come back. I mean, and they almost lost. I mean, there is a worry there. He hasn't proven anything on the road.
You don't just walk into Lubbock, Texas or Mars and come out with a win. They're throwing tortillas at you, sir. Tortillas. Flour tortillas.
Do you not
my gosh.
Do you not have a television? Did you miss that one, Ski?
Oh my goodness.
Fake fan over here. Hey, by the way, we should just time-wise, we should do picks or lines. We should do lines.
Lines?
So I mean, we're gonna round back to our Oregon and Washington pick. So
that'll be the last.
Close out our analysis when we do that. So go for it.
All right.
Lines
everywhere. Lines. There's lines on football fields and baseball fields.
Also lines.
Lines.
All right. So no blood this week. We were all equally shitty.
Yeah, equally.
We were all 3-5 with no star picks. So nothing changed.
Do not follow our picks. Yep.
No, Braga's still in the lead. I'm right behind.
Listen, like I said, Colin Cowherd started out the year 0-9. It happens.
So first game, talk about how bad they were. Stanford going to Colorado. It's only 11.5.
Stanford.
And I think Hunter is trending to play.
He's not playing.
I don't know why they would against Stanford, but they saying he. So fuck. I'm taking Stanford's just bad, especially on the road. Give me Colorado.
Agreed. Star pick.
Ooh.
Yeah. Stanford's terrible, man. I know.
Give me those Cardinal.
Ooh.
I got to chase, man. I'm chasing.
He is chasing.
Wow, his Cardinal. We'll call them King's Cardinals.
All right.
King Cards.
Another one. Cal at Utah.
I think it'd be Card. Because they're not the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's singular. Utah 10.5-point favorites at home.
Who are they playing?
Cal, Utah. I'll start
Utah.
See, I am going to go with, even though Cal's not very good, Utah offense is very bad. But they're at home, so I think they win by 10, but don't cover.
I'm going Cal. Yeah.
All right. Next one, we got Zona at Washington State. Cougs 7.5-point favorites.
My Cats.
Give me the Cougs. Lock it up. Star pick.
He got sucked into that fucking USC game thinking that Arizona's good.
My Cats.
Give me the Cougs star pick as well. This is the biggest lock of the century.
Freshman quarterbacks figuring it out.
All right, Ski. Actually, they're both cats. Alex and then Ski. Give me your best cat growl.
Ooh. You need to be more throaty.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Throaty.
I'd be throaty with it. Yeah.
All right. Throaty. I've always said that about you.
We've always said that Ski is a throat goat. It's a thing we've always said.
All right. God. All right. Next game. Where we at? SC Notre Dame. Notre Dame 2.5-point favorites.
I hate this game.
I know it's a tough one.
Why? I know you.
Why is Notre Dame favorite?
Dude, the quarterback for Notre Dame, remember a few weeks ago when we were like, yeah, this is going to be
the
game.
Heisman.
This was the game where he's going to figure it out and he's going to be thrust into the Heisman conversation. He was terrible in that game. He's been terrible since that game. USC. What?
And the thing about like Sam Hartman, the Notre Dame quarterback, he exemplifies how stats lie. Because if you were to throw his stats down and Bo Nix's stats, they look the same almost. But if you watch them play, it is decidedly different.
One of these things is not like the other.
And I hate it. I'm picking Notre Dame.
Jason.
So Notre Dame.
I know.
Desperation.
Notre Dame's playoff dreams are gone.
No, they're done.
So
Dunzo. Yeah.
So this is the one they want to win the rest of the year. They don't care about whatever mediocre bowl they're going to make. This is one they want to win. So give me Notre Dame.
Man, somebody is going to actually
for old Notre Dame.
Somebody's actually going to catch USC.
Braga.
Yeah, that's
and I will pick up a point on your lame ass. Boom.
Booble in the chat, by the way, saying Ski very throaty in the Founders Club.
Hell yeah.
Ski's grotto. Didn't you have
now
a grotto in the Founders
There's probably
Club?
some real throat goats hanging in the Founders Club. Let's see.
It's rain in South Bend. That's why I'm picking them.
No, it was the Kilkenny grotto. My bad.
Kilkenny grotto.
That's right.
All right. Next thing, we got Kings Bruins. They're going to Corvallis. Beavs 3.5 points.
Beavs. Dante Moore on the road has not been good.
Man, remember how bad Oregon fans wanted Dante Moore?
Listen, in a couple years, it'll look really good.
Maybe. I also have the Beavs.
So do I. The little trend I've seen, there's been some of these like of the top matchups of the Pac-12 the home team has been like a small favorite, like Utah went in there. The home teams are crushing these kind of games right here. I
think we maybe have seen the same thing where this year the home teams are like 29-2, but I mean, come on, like half of those games they've been 30-point favorites, so like who cares?
That is true.
But the trend is your friend.
Yeah, give me the Beavs there. All right, now we are on to our future conference games. We got two Big Ten games here. First one, we got the Fighting Illini. They're going to Maryland. Maryland's 13.5-point favorites.
Give me the Terps. Fear the Turtle. Talia.
Give me Tua's little brother. Give me the Terps.
So,
yeah, Maryland.
Give your pick.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last Saturday, Ohio State, Maryland were playing early morning, like noon, big noon kick. I went for a jog. I was listening to the Blitz or whatever on satellite radio where they just bounce around. College game to college game. Talia Tagovailoa had the Ohio State booth in a fucking headlock. They could not pronounce his name, which is normal, right? Okay, Tagovailoa, it's tough. At the end, the color guy called him Frank Viola. Journeyman, like reliever, 80s and 90s, and he literally said Frank Viola.
The Twins, let's go.
Frank Viola won 20 in the show one year. Little respect to fucking Frank Viola.
All right, I'll show more respect.
Yeah, a little more respect, please.
Respect on Viola's name.
It wasn't just my heart that made me want to collapse from running. It was the Frank Viola. That just killed me.
That's hilarious.
That is pretty good, though.
That is hilarious.
And then our other Big Ten game, I had to do it because it's just that bad. It's Iowa at Wisconsin. Wisconsin, 9.5-point favorites at home.
Wisconsin and the under, which I think is at 34.5.
The under is a lock, and I think Wisconsin will score 17 points, so they'll cover. Give me Wisconsin.
God, they announced Oregon's Big Ten schedules last week, and we were all very excited, and it was really cool to see. Like, the more you keep picking these Big Ten games, the more I'm not excited.
What I am saying, you're the one that's talking about these God, these teams are so tough.
No, I didn't say tough.
Good.
No.
In Ross-Ade Stadium and beat the Boilermakers.
I did not say tough. I said fun.
You don't just walk into the North Shore of Chicagoland and beat the Wildcats at Northwestern.
Never.
Ugh, God. Iowa. Sure.
Yeah.
Iowa.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then the last one, Huskies 3.5 points on the Ducks.
That's the home advantage you get, the 3.5, right? Basically.
Pretty much.
Oregon.
Wants to start it. Who's the big homer? There's
Oregon.
the homer right there.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I think Bo Nix has a bad taste in his mouth from last year because Oregon was going to win that game. He got hurt. Oregon lost that game. He remembers that. He wants payback. Motivated Bo Nix with Oregon has generally been pretty good. Oregon's offense has been very, very good this year. Their defense has been very, very good this year against not very good offenses. We'll see. Washington's defense doesn't scare me. Their offense does. Their defense doesn't. So I think Oregon beats them.
What's that weather supposed to be like this weekend?
Fine.
No rain? Fine?
Yeah, a little bit of rain, but maybe just a drizzle. It'll be fine.
It never rains on Mont Lake. That's the phrase, right?
Well, I guess I'll be that one guy of the three. I'm going to take the Huskies. Lanning's got to prove me he can win a real game on the road before I start.
Tortilla.
Piss bags is what's coming.
Jeez Louise. Give me the Ducks. Give me the Ducks.
Dude, you're lucky.
Birch, Matthew, Dorless, Purchase, Rogers, Jackson. They're going to make their life hell. Speaking of hell, living in Seattle, absolute hell. If you're not dodging shit on the street, it's heroin needles. These are the same problems we have in Eugene, but let's just ignore it.
Only Seattle.
Go Ducks. Only Seattle.
You're lucky you're not in Santa Clara right now, Ski. You'd be in danger of your life.
You
trying to get
well,
stabbed.
if I had a red hat on like King does, I would be getting stabbed.
Watch yourself. All right, let's do trivia and then wrap this up. Washington trivia. Let's go. I had to switch this up again, like Stanford last week. I was sort of realizing as I was doing this, it's like, hey, I should not ask the same questions I've asked them the last 3 years. So mixed it up a little bit.
Band. That's a band.
Yeah, it's the mascot of the band. I don't understand what the problem is. All right, so for those who have not heard this before, I give somebody a trivia question. If they get it wrong, then the other person gets a chance to steal the point with a multiple choice option. And I don't have a pen. There it is. Okay. So I think we've had the last 2 times we actually did this, we had ties. So I'm just going to say Ski gets to start.
Oh, I got to go first.
I think you won last time. Like the last
He
time
won last week because I got the band.
Right.
Yeah,
the band.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
The band.
All right, so starting off with Ski.
Eminem last song.
Kalen DeBoer in Washington won 11 games last year. That's the 5th time Washington has ever done that. 4 other coaches achieved that for the Huskies, but only one of them did it twice. Who is the one who did it twice?
Ooh.
Wait, does the math work on that? Yeah. Washington's coach who won 11 games twice. At least 11 games, I should say.
Trying to remember when they would have won.
Curious.
Peterson.
Chris Peterson is your guess?
Yes.
Not correct. King, your options. Chris Peterson, Don James, or Rick Neuheisel?
Don James.
That is the correct answer.
They called him the Dog Father.
Yeah, figure it out, Ski.
And then they called Steve Sarkisian the Dog Father, too.
Yes.
All right, so to King again. This former 2-time Cy Young winner was named Pac-12 or Pac-10 Pitcher of the Year, twice while playing for the Huskies. Also won the Golden Spikes Award as the best amateur player. Known for his fastball and his long hair. Who is it?
Tim Lincecum.
Big time Timmy Jim.
Yeah, Tim Lincecum. Correct. All right, on to ski. Washington went 12-0, shared a national title in 1991 with what other school?
Colorado?
Incorrect.
No, that was
He's a year too late. What a fool.
Yeah, so close. So close. You know the answer?
Miami.
Yeah,
it's Miami.
Miami's the answer, yeah. Miami won the AP poll. Washington won the coaches poll.
all these goddamn fake national titles when no one wins a game. You don't know who they were playing. Like,
Washington claimed the 1960 national title in 2007. That is so
Revisionist history is fun.
So much more sad than like the era where you could split titles. Well, 50 years later, yeah, we won it.
All right, so King leads 3-0 right now, and it goes back to him. So Washington's first bowl win, staying on bowls, came in 1938 in Honolulu, where they beat Hawaii 53-13. What was the name of that bowl game back in 1938?
I'm going to say we were in a war, so it was the Rose Bowl.
Incorrect. Ski, your options. The Aloha Bowl, the Hawaii Bowl, or the Poi Bowl?
Ooh.
Cool. It seems racist enough that they'd go with the Poi Bowl.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is exactly right.
That's great. That is a great answer.
Washington's first bowl win was in the Poi Bowl in 1938. That's great.
What was that? Schneider, he does his like poi poi dance. That wasn't even that long ago.
Manu Manu the Slender. This is how we get some poi dance.
Yeah, this is the 30s. Of course they were saying.
Another football movie we wanted to watch for the movie podcast, but it's not streaming anywhere. Necessary reference.
Yeah.
All right, so back to ski now. Staying on those random bowl games, 2013, the Huskies beat BYU in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. Which former Huskies quarterback coached them to the win in that game? 2013
Tuiasosopo
is the correct answer. Nice work. Yep, Marcus Tuiasosopo coached them to a Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl win in 2013.
you got to hang those banners for those bowls.
Yep.
Have we beat Hunger yet?
Still working on it.
We only beat racism so far.
We'll
get to
racism.
Thank you, NFL end zones.
Yes.
We fixed racism as a podcast. We're working on hunger next. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Back to King here. On to quarterbacks again. Who is Washington's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns?
Cody Pickett. It's probably Jesus.
What's your
It's
answer?
the piece of shit.
It's the piece of shit who just
Gotta be.
What's your answer?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his name. He just played for.
You said
He
Cody.
did the finger point.
You said Cody Pickett.
Yeah, I'll just say Cody Pickett. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the right answer.
Okay, that's
right.
Cody Pickett's incorrect. Your option, Ski, Cody Pickett, Jake Browning, or Keith
Jake
Price.
Browning.
Yeah.
Jake
That's the
Browning.
guy.
Yeah,
Jake
piece of
Browning.
shit guy.
Piece of shit guy.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
So, by the way, it's tied at 3 now.
Hey, what a comeback.
Yeah, back to Ski. Hopefully I have enough questions for somebody to actually win this one. Ski, who is their all-time leader in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns?
Napoleon Kaufman.
Nope. King, your options. Kaufman, Bishop Sankey, or Miles Gaskin?
Oh, give me the gas man, baby.
Miles Gaskin is the correct answer.
I always forget Bishop.
Total
Sankey.
compiler. Total
Oh,
4-year
yeah.
compiler.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Emmett Smith 2.0 for the college version. Just
1,000%. Falling over the line of scrimmage to break the record.
Like, can you imagine if Corey Dillon played 4 years, not just one?
I know. Holy shit.
Right.
Holy shit!
Was he on their top? Is he on their top 10 list for 1 year somehow?
He's not. He's not. But by the way,
he's not.
Listener, go look up his season at Washington.
Go look up Dillon versus San Jose State that year.
Jesus.
I think he ran for 250 yards in the first quarter.
Unbelievable how good he was.
He was supposed to save the Bengals, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So was Achille.
And Achille.
A lot of people were supposed to save the Bengals, to be fair.
Carl Pickens.
Carl Pickens. What a name.
Jeff Blake.
What a name.
Jeff Blake.
Kitten is the true savior.
So who just got that one?
I did.
You did. And so it goes back to you now. Okay, so you have a chance to win now. It's a really long question, so bear with me here. In 1995, Ducks and Huskies were closing out the season, had their eyes on the Cotton Bowl. Oregon was 8-2. Washington was 6-3-1. Washington's coach went on a tirade, began a campaign for why Washington should be chosen ahead of Oregon, even if the two teams win out. He said, and I quote, "We've played Ohio State and Notre Dame when they played Pacific and Utah." Oregon, by the way, lost the Cotton Bowl to Colorado that year, 38-6, so maybe he was right. Which coach for Washington said that about Oregon?
Some people would say he was bad to the Lambeau. Jim Lambright.
Jim Lambright is the correct answer. Thank you for bearing with me on that really long question. All right, got a couple more. King wins, by the way. That's 5.
Of course he does. He lived in Seattle for a decade.
He's a honk.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a honk there.
I saw Casey Paz sling that shit up at Husky Stadium. He's been
times. He's been to every Seattle Bowl that's ever existed. What am I supposed to do?
I watched Washington beat USC as a Seattleite. I'm just saying.
How many times did you watch NFL games up at Husky Stadium too, man?
Just once, actually. But yeah, Sean Alexander ran for about 400 yards against the Raiders on a Monday night.
All right, so a couple more just bonus ones here. Who is Washington's only number 1 pick ever in the NFL draft?
I want to say Steve Entman.
That's the correct answer. Washington has 3 players in the Hall of Fame: Hugh McElhenney, Arnie Weinmeister, and
Arnie.
And who's the other one? Played quarterback.
Sonny. Was that Sonny?
Sonny Six Killer? No.
Yeah. No.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon is the answer.
Warren Moon.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so King wins 7-3 because he gets those bonuses.
Like Fleetwood Mac said, it's a landslide. Falling down.
They did say that, and it was.
They did.
All right, so movie on Sunday, if you want to watch it and listen to us talk about it, is Cocaine Bear. It is on Prime. Go watch that shit.
And it is spooky.
Listen to us.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, spooky bear month. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be able to stick to the bear part, but we're doing spooky month. So your movie's coming up.
Bad News Bears is kind of spooky. We might have to watch.
There you go. I mean, kind of.
Alcoholism. It's a little scary. Racism. A little scary.
I mean, we've all been touched by all. We solved racism, thankfully, but we've all been touched by.
Thank you, NFL end zones.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.
You may need to get a banner behind you so we could prove that we've done it with our
Next week, it'll say "and racism." Racism ended.
Ended.
And I'll have one that says "We did it."
Mission we did complete. It, Joe.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Somebody has that sign, by the way. Somebody somewhere has that sign. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See y'all Sunday. Bye.